Hi guys, Tony here from Dad Built Down Under. Hey listen, it's been a couple of weeks since we did our New Year video, Hartley and I and Millie in the background. I just thought I'd give you a bit of an update because we're not posting as much stuff, and the reason being is that we're tied up with welding and that kind of thing, and you don't want to see all that crap at the end of the day. I mean, it's pretty self-explanatory. We're building a set of headers for this Corvette, and it takes a bit of time, but I'll give you a couple of updates along the way so you can see that we're still cranking on with it and still progressing with getting parts in. So at the moment we're still waiting for our bumpers to come in from the US. They left the Port of New Jersey middle of January, and they'll be here middle of March in Brisbane. So hey listen, I'll get you under the car and we'll have a bit of a look at what we're doing with the header so you can see what's going on and see why it's taken time. As I've touched on the last video, so this is right-hand drive Corvette, and it's a pain in the ass to build headers for because of the steering shaft that shouldn't be there, and other factors. So, and the other one being that this is a 434 stroker engine, so it has a big pan on it, and to keep it so that it's not a rock magnet, it's got a winged pan on it. So that means that normal headers in small box Chevy bolt pattern configuration don't fit because it's wider at the base, and also with these headers, these are 7-bolt style patterns, so I can run the larger primary tube, which we've covered in other videos. I'll give you a bit of a rundown on what we're doing, and I'll show you where I'm at the moment. This is going to be like a short video today, just to let you know what we're doing and where I'm up to. Anyway, we'll get cranking on. Righto, I'm on the right hand side header at the moment because that's the problem child. It's the hardest to build because it's got the least real estate to fabricate 4 tubes in there. So what I've done is I've done 3 of those so far. I've done my number 8, number 6 and number 4. I'm just about to do number 2 header tube and put it into the collector. So we'll show you what we're doing here. So you can see, so these top 2 here are cylinders 6 and 8. This is number 4 and this is number 8. So this is it all tacked up, and yes, shitty tacks, but that's the way it is. This is the part that I've 3D modelled, and you can see it's exactly the same as the steel variant. So this helped me 3D model it to see where I wanted it to go, got all the angles right, and then I just went through and cut all the mandrel bends. So that's that one done. Now I've already moulded this next one up, and this one goes right there. It sits right there. Oh, I'm trying to do this one-handed. Bam, look at that. And this goes up a little bit. Oh, goes up a little bit there. It'll get in there. And it's close. Well, and then that'll be the 4. So I'm just about to start cutting that up at the moment. So the way this works is there's probably going to be 3 halves to a mandrel bend. So this is a leg length, the first pie. This is an individual pie with a little bit of length on it to there. So that'll be another part of the pie. This one here from there downwards will be another part of the pie, and then just a pie piece in here. So there's 1.5 mandrels, 180-degree mandrels in this piece, and a couple of straight pieces just welded in to take up the slack. So that's that one. So then we come through past the collector here. So what I need to do is, this is a collector. I'm going to run an O2 sensor on this side here for the EFI, and then this one here is going to, now we did have another muffler to go in here, a Magnaflow one, but the issue with that is that it's too wide, oh sorry, too low, and it would be a rock magnet. So what we're going to do is we're going to eliminate it. We're going to put this X pipe in here, and you can see how that's going to work. 2 pipes coming through here, one on this side, one on that side, and then there's the other one. So what I'm going to do is put that other pipe in there now, and then start here, work my way to this piece, and then that'll set the stage for this piece back, and then it'll dictate where this is going to sit exactly, and then I can run from those blocks up there, and there's another one in here, so the flanges right up in there, so I can get them undone. So you can see these flanges here, they're made with, you know what, 8 screws, what do they got on them, 6 screws on them, 6 bolts. And you just undo that and the flange and the whole piece comes out. So that's the way this is, it's all modularised, this system, because it's going to be a pain in the ass to get the shit later on. Oil filter, starter motor, the list goes on. Anyway, you can see where I'm going with this. I will have a flex joint in here, not one of those rag joints with the mesh stainless in them. I found too much negative impact on feedback on those online. And guys say that they rust and they just end up throwing shit into the exhaust. So I've got these other ones that'll help with a little bit of flex. This one here will come through underneath the diff here, and then we'll run the 2 up here to the 2 mufflers up here. So that's where we're going with that at the moment. You can see, yeah, it's going to look okay. I would have liked to have run that resonator there, that centre muffler. It would have pulled it down a little bit, but at the end of the day, I mean, it's only going to be noisy if you're standing on it, right? You know, the redneck in me, because there is a little bit of redneck, is just saying, let's just dump it there and see what happens. But I need to get this roadworthy, and I need to get it registered, so we can't just dump it there. So no redneck shit, can't do it, just can't, right? Anyway, that's where we're cranking on, that's where we're at. I might pause the video there for now. We'll come back to it later once I put this piece in. It's going to take a few hours to build this one because I've got to cut it all on the bandsaw. And then what we're going to do is so I've got, well, that piece there. I'll leave that piece there, because I know what I'm sort of doing. I've got half a mandrel here, so that's this long piece here, and the first pie will be one section, and then out of the 2 mandrels, same deal. So there's a long section there, then the first pie, a long section, first pie, and then these are all individual pies, which I will cut up because they come in handy they'll come in handy for the other side. I had a whole heap. I went through and cut two complete mandrel bends up before. So there's 4 pies, 1, 2, 3, 4. There's 8 in each. But if you can use the leg, you're better off cutting it not there and there. You're better off just cutting it just there. That way you get the first pie in it, and that's what these are. So it'll be complete length, first pie. Then there'll be complete length, first pie. This is the first length there, and a pie. So that's 3, or 1.5 of the 1.5 mandrels, which we do have over here. So this is my setup. Ice Engine Works actually has a bandsaw setup, but it's not suitable for Australian power supply. So I've got this one from Heron Forbes. I like it. The only thing I don't like about it is that I've gone through 2 pumps. It's not pumping coolant up to here at the blade at the moment, but for what I'm doing, I just sort of spray the blades every now and again and help keep it lubricated. So already done 1 pump on this, and that's not old, it's not that old, so it must just chew them out. So and the blades come off a couple of times too, which has scared the shit out of me, but it's all locked in there, it won't come out. It just goes loose, and just shut it down and retighten it, make sure the tension's up. It's usually pretty good. So what's that saying at the moment? I think it's pretty right. I know it's cut's really good. So the only thing I find is I'm usually clamping this up so it doesn't move because it will move the mandrel around a little bit. But that's where we're going with that. Anyway, we'll get cranking on that. I'll come back to you later and we'll add a bit more. We'll add that other tube on when I've tacked it in there, and you can see what it looks like as we move on to the 3-inch stuff later today. Peace out. Righto, it's 4 o'clock in the RV Sunday. Sorry about the glare on the glasses. Oh, alright, let's have a look at what we've got here. So this is the plastic piece, 4 volt. And you can see that it's now built out a tube. Yeah, I know it looks a bit shitty. That's because it's not finished. But it's right. So this height here is the same as this, 130mm off the deck. I'm thinking it could be a little bit low, but we might be right because this can't move nowhere. It can't go up or down. So that looks like that one's done for now. I wouldn't say done, but done for now. Which leads us into the 3-inch stuff. So what I'm going to do here, as you can see, this series of, hang on a minute, we'll get around the right way. So we're going to orientate it there, and it's going to put it almost flat there, and then there's going to be a concertina piece. It's a flex joint. This one over here. So you can see how these go. So that's the exhaust side, and that's the intake side of it. So that'll sit there, and that flexes. You can see what it does. So it just puts a little bit of flex in there because that's obviously not going to flex real well. And then once that piece goes in here, then we're just going to fill it up full of 3-inch tube to here, and then run into the X pipe, and then it'll be the same on the other side. So in reverse, a little small piece of 3-inch flex joint, a U-butte bend here, and then we run back over to the other left-hand collector, which will probably be another weekend because I'm buggered. It's hot up here in the shed, I'll tell you what. And it is the middle of summer, so, well, hang on a minute, is it really? Yeah, it's the middle of summer. Another 28 days of March, I think, into, sorry, February, and so yeah. So you can see that didn't come out. I mean, it looks like a chook's breakfast, but there's 4 pipes going into a collector, and last time I checked, that was an exhaust. Yeah, well, it's close. It needs a lot of work, and I'm not saying it's pretty, and it doesn't need to be pretty. It just needs to be tacked, held, and then I can start pulling it apart, and then going back to doing each individual section, and then cleaning it all up. So at the moment it's just tacked. It looks terrible, but you can see where it's going. Anyway, that's going to be the end of this vid. Nice quick one. You can see the bell housing there, so it's the same height as the bell housing. And if you go around the other side, let's go around this side, I'll have a quick squeeze. So the way I've done this is one side's higher than the other, but that's on purpose. So you can see the one on this side is slightly up, and the other one on the other side is slightly down, and that's the lowest one. I wanted to get them level, but the trouble is up here the tube twists too much, and it won't clearance it. So I'm happy with that because it's 130mm. We go around the other side here, and you can see the same. So you can see one pipe is slightly higher than the other pipe, which is the last one that we put in, and that's okay. That's I mean, it would have been nice to have it all level, obviously, for the true believers, I suppose, but that still works. And yeah, don't mind the big gaps there. You can fill that, no problem at all. That's just where it is. That's where those bends ended up, and they're not straight over here on the cut. And that's part of those mandrel bends and how they cut. They're not sometimes they're not straight on when you get it all set up. So anyway, we can fill it. Good thing about burning through a couple of tubes is you learn how to fill shit. So that's what we're going to do. And then you can see 3 inch along there, collector, and then it's going to come out over there. So anyway guys, that's going to be me for this vid. Tune in for the next one. It's still going to be hot here until the end of February, early March. I think March is when we flick over to autumn. And it's pretty dry here at the moment. There's not much rain about. We need water. So, but anywho, see you on the next one, guys, and we'll do a little bit more of this exhaust and how we're traveling along with that. Thanks for tuning in, guys. Don't forget to like, subscribe, comment, share some stuff. If you think that I could do some stuff a different way, you've got some tips, I'm all ears. Well, not all ears, but you know, you get the idea. Anyway, I'm out. See ya. Hooroo.